Sir, it is working. For that, because I need to. Yeah, yes. Is it working? No, it's okay. It's my presentation. It's okay. Let's do that. Then we will start. No, no, no. I will, if this will work, this is okay. This will help me to move. Otherwise, I have to speak here only. This is the only difference. I will handle it. We were aiming for at least 3 hours. We hardly had 2 hours. But better to start. Everybody can come with a cup of coffee or tea. Yes. No, no, but
On the mic, just mic on.
you can put my laptop.
ಈಗ ಅದು ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೋಗ್ಲಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ. It is something to ಮಾಡಿ.
ಹಲೋ
ಈ ಮೈಕಾ
ಈಗ ಮಾತಾಡು. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ? ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದು ನೀನು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಮ್ಮ ಅಕ್ಕ? ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಾ? ಓಕೆ. ಹಲೋ ಅಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇದು? ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಏಯ್ ಅದು ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರಂತೆ ಬಿಡೋ. ನೆಸೆಸರಿ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. ಕಾಲರ್ ಮೈಕ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆಯಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮದು? ಕಾಲರ್ ಮೈಕ್ ಇದೆ. ಹೌದು ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ
Don't come between us. Too much photograph is not good. One or two photograph fine, sir. Ma'am, should we start? Okay. So I will request all of you. So friends, very good morning to all of you. We were supposed to talk about discuss in 3 hours. लेकिन बंगलौर में हम चाय कॉफी पीते पीते we came to 2 hours. So we have 2 hours in hand. We will end at 1:15 for lunch and we have 11:15. So we have 2 hours. We will try to make best out of it. So friends, as I said in the beginning, I am not here to teach you anything. We are on the same page. Only difference is you are sitting, I'm standing. This is the difference. So I will request all of you to sit, relax, and then we will discuss. We are starting with a situation. I will ask a question and I will invite your answers. And friends, we are going to interact because when we are going to learn, interaction is the key. This is not that I am telling all the time, you are listening, and at the end you are saying okay. No, this is not the purpose. We will learn, and learning happens when we share, when we discuss, when we ask questions, when we share perspective. So I am putting a question before you. Suppose a question is, Suppose your university is asking you to develop content and teach a course. The name of that course is Education in Digital Age. So suppose your department or your university is saying that from this semester, this academic year, we will introduce a course, Education in Digital Age. So my question to all of you is, what will be your measure to decide the content? How you will decide the content? Okay, okay. That's fine. Thank you, thank you. Okay. So, what will be your measure to decide the content? How you will decide that this need to be teach under this course? Yes? Okay, student requirement 1, fine. Employability 2. Certain courses, oh, wonderful, wonderful. So student need employability analysis of courses offered, similar type of courses offered in other universities. Anything else? Okay, okay. First you will decide, then of course you will decide the content is syllabus. So you are deciding content. Oh. Okay, fine, thank you. Purpose of the course, okay. The second is, in relation to this, suppose you have decided the content, then how you will decide that I am going to teach in this way? How you will decide your teaching strategies? How you will plan your teaching? What will be the basis for that? No, sir, you already made a content. Need assessment of what, sir? Okay. Say anything else? Sir pointed out need assessment. Anything else? Any gap? Anything else? Model, how you will teach that course? What will be your strategy to teach? How you will decide that? Understand the students. Attract. Okay, what do you mean by, sir, attracting students? Okay, fine. Let's see. Just pay attention to this, what I am saying. What you are saying is right. We are really doing this. Usually, whether at personal level or academic level, we take actions, we make decision, whether it is academic or personal. We say, sir was saying, what other universities are teaching, I will keep an eye on it. We usually follow what others do. दूसरे क्या करते हैं? What others do, I will do the same thing, maybe some amendment. Number one, pointer number one. Pointer number two, what do others suggest? I will invite some expert in board of studies, faculty board, expert committee meeting, and they will say, okay, you have to put this content. I say, okay, I will put this content. So this is pointer number two. Pointer number three, what do we think? We think, okay, this need to be the part of my course, this need to be the part of my course, this is the best strategy to teach. So our third pointer in, what do we think? And fourth is, most important, what do we have in kitty? हमारे पास क्या है? What do we have? What resources we have? What type of classrooms we have? What facilities I will get from my department for teaching this course? So usually our life, personally and professionally, is governed by these four. What do others do? What do others suggest? What do we think? And what do we have in kitty? So I am putting a thought before you. Think and decide what we want to achieve and take actions accordingly. Usually whenever we launch any course, any program in our university, we hardly decide and discuss this, why I am launching this course, why I am offering this course, and at the end of this course, what our student will be able to do. This is usually not our point of discussion. Other things we discuss a lot. When we discuss this first and take action accordingly, this is simply called as outcome based education. So friends, for 1 hour we are going to discuss what we are going to discuss. Do you think we must discuss this? Okay, outcome based education, and outcome from a different perspective. So quickly, because we have a short time, because in outcome based education 2 terms are very important. Number 1, education. Number 2, outcome. So quickly, your definition of education. What I am asking for, there are several definitions of education. But what I am looking for, definition of education by wonderful colleagues from Bangalore University. Sir? Sir, previous slide, simply this outcome. Okay, sir. Okay. So quickly, anyone, and no need to think my definition is right or wrong, because there is no right or wrong definition of education. So 1 or 2, we'll move. Sir, can you repeat again? Empowering student to take right decisions so that they can become wonderful leader. Okay, good. Anyone else? Positive. Sir, बहुत झगड़े वाली definition है. Positive, behavioral changes. Good. I'm just joking. Okay. One more. What, ma'am? Relevant, up-to-date, futuristic, I agree, but what? Okay. So, let's see, there is no universal definition of education. Let's go to one dictionary definition of education. Dictionary definition. The act or process of 2 words, very, very important. Imparting or 2 words. Sir, very, very important. Please keep these words in mind. Education as a process of imparting, where teacher is playing a role. Acquiring, a teacher is not playing a role, but I am acquiring. So imparting and acquiring, and what to impart and what to acquire? Knowledge. And why we acquire knowledge? Power of reasoning and judgment, and generally preparing oneself for others intellectually for mature life, becoming a leader. Let's see another definition. I like this definition because it gives some clarity, more clarity on what do you mean by education. 3 words again I like in this definition, that's why I am putting this. This is not an ultimate definition, but this is a definition help us to learn about education in a more concrete way. Deliberate, systematic, and friends, please keep these 3 in whenever you are saying I am teaching, our students are learning, we are giving education. 3 very, very important words. Education is a deliberate activity, systematic activity, and sustained. And education, we can get education only when we are focusing on these 3: deliberate, systematic, and sustained. And then there are 3 terms: transmit, provoke, or acquire. Education we can get through transmission, through provoking, and through acquiring. And what to transmit, what to provoke, and what to acquire? Knowledge, values, attitude, skills, behavior, many things. Usually we say education as memorization of content. But education is more than that. Education is not simply memorization of content where a teacher is giving a lecture, a student is memorizing, at the end of the semester, a student is writing, and then we are saying our student is highly educated. And then a report is coming, your students are highly educated but sorry, not employable. Because your focus was solely, ma'am, हम क्या चाह रहे थे?
वो जैसा मैंने बताया वैसा याद करके वैसा ही लिख दें विदाउट मेकिंग इवन ए चेंज इन कॉमा फुल स्टॉप। ओके, सो हम एक आरती गाते हैं, तेरा तुझको अर्पण क्या लागे मेरा। सो स्टूडेंट इज सेइंग मैम मेरा कुछ नहीं है, सो दिस इज नथिंग फ्रॉम माय साइड, आई एम सिंपली रिटर्निंग द कंटेंट यू पास्ड ऑन टू मी, थैंक यू सो मच, बाय बाय। So this is not one aspect, is in addition to knowledge. Sir, I will come to you. Knowledge, values, skill, attitude, behavior. Sir, quickly. Semester marks. Yes, yes. But sir, semester marks are important. Semester marks are important, sir. But this is not education. Okay. So, friends, now I am coming to outcome-based education. We discuss education because when we discuss outcome, we have to correlate both. So education, what is outcome-based education? Anybody? Quickly. This is not a new term for you, but of course we will discuss it with more clarity here. Sir, this is somewhat, but not exactly it is. Okay, but this is somewhat. Outcome-based education, simply Sir, yes, outcome-based education is where we give priority to ends, purpose, accomplishment, and result. So, outcome of this faculty development program is, if at the end we were thinking at the end you will be able to do this. If you are able to do this, only then we can say this program was a सक्सेसफुल प्रोग्राम। लेकिन इस प्रोग्राम का बढ़िया फोटो खींच के हाईलाइट हो गया, सोशल मीडिया में आ गया, न्यूज़पेपर में आ गया, एंड यू आर सेइंग माय प्रोग्राम वाज सक्सेसफुल। सर, दिस इज नॉट ए रियल सक्सेस। द सक्सेस इज एट द एंड ऑफ दिस प्रोग्राम यू आर लर्निंग समथिंग, एंड यू आर लर्निंग मीन्स you are bringing that learning in your classroom, in your institution. Only then, sir, we can say this program was a successful program. So when we give priority to the end, when we give priority to the purpose, when we give priority to the accomplishment, this is simply called as outcome based education. So I will do not discuss these because some theoretical discussions. I am coming to a question straight away. We discuss education, and in outcome based education, two important terms, education that we discuss. The second term is another important term, outcome. So when we will discuss these, and then we will be able to discuss outcome based education in a better way. So what is outcome, or what are outcomes, I can say? What do you mean by outcome?
What knowledge they have of the
Knowledge only? Or anyone else? Outcomes means what? No, this is not an outcome, ma'am. Okay. Anyone else? Yes, discuss. Don't worry that your answer is right or wrong. No, no, no. Please. Behavioral change. Okay. Skill. Okay. Very, very important. Refer to the, friends, pay attention to this. These are key things we have to understand, then we will be able to understand outcome based education easily. अगर ये शब्द हमको नहीं सही से सोचेंगे तो then we will be able to define outcome based education, but may not be in the right way. So refer to the results or consequences of an action, event or decision. Suppose you are giving a lecture for 1 hour. If you are simply focusing on your lecture, this is not outcome. But at the beginning, you were thinking, what is the purpose? Why I am delivering? Why I am going to deliver this lecture? And at the end, you are checking whether that purpose was fulfilled or not. If purpose was fulfilled, you can say outcome has been achieved. So in the initial stage you are thinking this will be the result, this will be the consequence of any action, any event, any decision. When you have clarity about this, you can say you know the outcome. And believe me, many of us lived a whole life, but we don't know why we were living this life. Because we never focus on results or consequences. We think like this, हम action करेंगे, consequence will happen. But if you are thinking consequences first and then moving accordingly, this is simply, so traditional education, acting first and saying decisions will follow, results will follow. But thinking about results and planning accordingly, this is outcome based education. So suppose my aim is to fulfill a 100-meter race within 11 seconds, then this is the result I am looking for, and then I will plan accordingly. Then my exercise, my diet, everything will change accordingly. But one way is I am running every day, and at the end I am participating, and let's see what happens. So both approaches, but outcome-based education is where results or consequences discussed first and then events are planned accordingly. Okay. So any program, any service, any intervention, results are outcome. Outcome can be positive or negative. Sometimes positive outcome, sometimes negative, sometimes expected, sometimes unexpected. So not necessarily you planned something that will be achieved. Maybe something else will happen, but certainly in outcome-based education, we discuss, we focus on outcome first. If you are discussing about outcome, and outcome are linked to skills, attitude, behaviors, skill, values, all these are part of outcome. So now I am coming to a question. Please answer to this, because this we will link. We have three terms. We use three terms. I am sure in your university you are also using these three terms. A program, a course, and a paper. And sometimes I see a lot of confusion between them. Sometimes when we intend to say a program, we say it a course. When sometimes it is a course, but we call it a program. So is there any difference between these three? Okay. So what is the difference? What is a program? What is a course? What is a paper? Mm-hmm. And paper? Okay. Anyone else? MSc program? BCom?
BCom is a program. In that program, we can introduce a course like FinTech. In that, inside we can make a paper like anything like that. Title of the subject.
Okay. Yes, rightly pointed out. MSc is a program, BCom is a program, MBA is a program. But these are the programs. And in every program, we have courses. Earlier we were calling them papers, and now the standard nomenclature is courses. So suppose in BCom semester 1 there are 4, earlier we were calling in semester 1, there are 4 papers. Now we call it there are 4 courses. So usually when somebody meets you, you say, I teach this program. We do not teach a program. We teach courses. So you can say, from now on you can say, look, this semester I am teaching 4 courses. घर में आपको एक कप काफ़ी ज़्यादा मिलेगी. घर वाले कहेंगे कल तक तो आप एक प्रोग्राम पढ़ाते थे, जब से डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम करके आए हो तब से आपका वर्कलोड बढ़ गया. You are teaching 4 courses. So we usually say I am teaching this program. Sir, never say this. Of course, courses are part of, because credits are allotted to courses, and these credits we accumulate to come up with a program. So UG, you need these many credits, PG, you need these many credits, and credit belong to courses, and teachers teach, जोर से बताइए ना, teachers teach program or courses? Courses. And no confusion, even sometime universities make a mistake. From this year we are starting a course, and basically they intend to start a program. So never make this confusion. Teachers teach courses, and of course courses are part of program. Earlier we were calling it paper, but the standard terminology is a course. Okay. So because these are linked with the outcome, that's why I was discussing this. So teachers teach courses, and courses, that's why massive open online, not program, massive open online courses, and you also get credits. Okay. So first type of outcome is program outcome. There are 7 steps, but I will discuss only 2 or 3 steps. This is a 7-step chain in terms of outcome based education. बताऊं आपको? Should I tell what is this chain? I am not going to discuss every component of this chain because time is limited, but I must tell what are the component of this chain. Sir, you were asking something. No, sir, I am not saying eliminated. Earlier, like when I was a student, so this term I was not knowing course. I was more familiar with the paper. Our university was saying these are the papers. But now the standard terminology is courses. So papers and courses and program. So this is not eliminated, but sometimes people confuse. If this is the course, what is the paper? Sir, basically the new name of paper is, standard name is, international name is a course. So if something is happening in your university, you can look upon. So this chain is, this is a 7-step chain, I call it. Number 1, institutional vision. Institutional mission. Second is this chain, institutional vision. Oh, mission ho gaya, vision. Then third is graduate attributes. At the end of, irrespective of any program or course, if you are a student of a Bangalore University, what qualities you will possess? We call it graduate attributes. Fourth is program outcomes. Fifth is program specific outcomes. Sixth is, if one program consists so many courses, we have course outcome. And then 7th is learning outcomes. So how many steps? I will repeat it again, and then I will say why I was telling this. We will not discuss all these. कुछ अगली बार के लिए भी तो रखना है ना, फिर दोबारा आएंगे तो डिस्कस करेंगे. Institutional mission, vision, graduate attributes, program outcome, program specific outcome, course outcomes, and one for success formula I am sharing. Those institutions excel when they make a chain between these 7 components. And if these 7 components are in one line and supporting each other, the goal of quality education or learning that we were talking in the first session will be achieved. But the irony is, we see as separate program outcome somewhere, course outcome. When these are not in line, then our purpose got defeated. So one humble request to all of you, at your level, see whether in your department, in your college, in your university, you are able to put all these in one line and one is talking to another. हो रहा है आपकी यूनिवर्सिटी में, सातों एक दूसरे से बात कर रहे हैं. 7s are talking to each other, they are in line and supporting each other. Yes or no? Maybe partially, maybe no binary yes or no, partially. So what is the message we are getting? Partially को क्या करना है? Complete करना. You can say I am not principal. I am not vice chancellor, I am not head of department, but at least you can give your suggestion, you can review it. Okay. So, what we are going to discuss, I am not discussing institutional vision, mission and graduate attribute. What I am discussing? Program outcomes. And then, of course, we will go, we will also discuss course outcome. What do you mean by program outcomes? Anybody? Okay. In this group, you were part of any team that was making course program outcomes. Anyone who were part of designing program outcomes? Just raise your hand. आप में से किसी ने, anyone was part of making program outcomes? So one, only a few. Okay. So, what are program outcomes? Pay attention to the wording. Broad, measurable statement, broad statement. When we move to course outcome, those will be specific. Broad statement outlining the knowledge, skills and attitude that students should possess upon completing a formal program. After completing BBA, MBA, BTech, what our students are going to do? Become a manager, effective manager, be able to this. So, program outcome, broad but measurable. Suppose I am saying my student will become a good manager. This is not a right program outcome. Because what do you mean by good manager? You cannot measure it. If you cannot measure it, this cannot be a good outcome. The only quality is measure karna hai. So, broad but measurable. Sometime I analyze program outcomes, and what is the thing, what I see the missing link is, program outcomes are written but these are not measurable. If you cannot measure it, then you have to rethink. POs, in short we call it. What do you mean by PO? So if you are focusing on a particular program, if you would like to improve the program, you have to represent the expected achievement and abilities. Sometimes we have a problem. We say no takers for these programs. इस प्रोग्राम में तो स्टूडेंट आ नहीं रहे हैं. Students are not interested in the program. Sir, fault is with the program. Because your program is not reflecting the program outcomes in a proper way. So when a student is going through your program, the student is not sure why I have to pick up this program. And then they are not picking those programs. I will request all of you to study 6 programs related to your area from some renowned universities. And simply focus on where? How they write program outcomes and how we write program outcomes, and then you will realize. Then you will realize why students pick those programs rather than programs from, because your program outcomes do not give a clarity what will happen to a student after completion of the program. If your program will give this clarity, believe me, a student will start taking your program more seriously and they will come in number. Do you agree or disagree? So how many of you are going to do this exercise, what I suggested? It's your choice. I will say, मैंने क्या exercise suggest की? Very simple. Any program, MCOM, MSc, MA, you are teaching 4 or 5 good universities from India and abroad. Go and see how they have written program outcome and how we have written program outcome and analyze it. This is an exercise. When you will do, you will realize the importance of program outcomes. Serve as a framework for understanding what graduates are expected to know. Then your program content will be shaped accordingly. Nowadays, what we do, जो सर कह रहे थे हम फॉर यूनिवर्सिटी का सिलेबस देख लेते हैं फिर वैसा ही बना देते हैं. सर, दिस इज नॉट द राइट वे. मे बी No, sir, in general, sir, I'm saying, I'm not saying, in general, I'm saying this is the trend. I work in this area, sir, higher education research is my area. I know how our higher education system functions. So, this is the way system functions. But if our outcomes are in place, then we will shape our content program structure accordingly. Then we will be guided, okay, if I would like to achieve this, I have to plan like this. अगर मुझे वेट लॉस करना है, आई विल टेक अनदर डाइट. वेट गेन करना है, आई विल टेक अनदर डाइट. लेकिन हम लोग कहते हैं खाना खा लो, देखा जाएगा ऊपर वाले के हाथ में, वेट बढ़ेगा या घटेगा विश्व के. सो दिस इज थर्ड स्ट्रेटजी वी फॉलो. आर ब्रॉडर देन कोर्स आउटकम, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. मे बी इन वन प्रोग्राम you are having courses, maybe one program 10 courses, 15 courses, but program outcomes are broader. It doesn't mean that in one program there will be 20, 30 program outcomes. In one program there may be 4, 5 program outcomes, and in one course there may be 4, 5 course outcomes. So maybe 4, 5 program outcomes leading to, suppose there are 15 courses and 5 in one, so maybe 5 program outcomes supporting 75 course outcomes. Please keep this in mind. Program outcomes are broad and course outcomes specific. Key aspect of a program. Beauty of writing program outcome, and believe me, it takes 1 to 3 day workshop to learn how to write program outcomes. और आप ये काम हमसे कितने में कराना चाहते हो सर? कितने घंटे में? 1 घंटे में. वो भी कह रहे हो थोड़ा कम में करो. तो सर ऐसे just key aspect of a program. Okay, example, I am writing Bachelor of Education. That's one example I am giving. Suppose Bachelor of Education, B.Ed or BA, you can say, at the end of the program, student will be able to demonstrate the ability to design and implement engaging lesson plans that cater to diverse learning style and adapt to various classroom environment. This can be called as a program outcome. You can say, look, if that person has completed this program, that person will have an ability to design engaging lesson plans and create variety of learning environment in classroom. So this is a broad. Course will reflect what type of lesson plan, what will be the nature of more specific. So number one, what? Program outcomes. Second, what is the difference between program outcome and program specific outcomes? Okay, sir is saying one aspect. Any other aspect? Specialization and elective, this may be, because there are program outcomes. Suppose MSc Chemistry is a program. I have already written 5 program outcomes. So then what do you mean by program specific outcomes? Any idea? Two aspects came. Okay. 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 Yes. This is, in a way, you can say program outcomes and program specific outcomes are an extension of program outcomes. Program outcome, broader, measurable statement. Program specific outcomes, specific, measurable statement. So more specificity is required rather than broad. So more specific, program specific outcomes. So, but this is not that your program outcomes will be something different and program specific outcomes will be something different. That will be in line with program outcomes, but more specific in nature. So usually we write program outcomes and program specific outcome, but I am a very simple person. So in case you are not in a mood to write program specific outcome, no issue. You can combine both. program outcome and program specific outcomes. But in case you are interested, you can write the major difference is program outcomes broad, general, but measurable is a must condition for both. Measurable is a condition for outcome. Please always remember this. If anything, any outcome I am expecting that is not measurable, then this cannot be the outcome. जिसको हम measure नहीं कर सकते, that cannot be qualified as an, then how you will measure that whether this outcome has been achieved or not. So program outcomes and program specific outcome, I will not discuss this in detail. My simple formula is rather than making too many, focus on two. Number one, program outcomes and make PSO as a part of it. But in case you decide, you can also go for detailed. So more detailed specific statements and further beyond, go on. I am leaving this. For example, this example will help you to understand. We will move. In program outcomes, we have written learners will be able to create learning environment. Here more specific, inclusive and effective learning environment. There simply learning environment. Here we are putting two words, inclusive where every learner will be welcome and effective learning environments for diverse student. So an extension of program. Is it clear? Am I making sense? आप लोग बहुत सीरियस हो गए, चुप हो गए, ऐसा क्यों? It's okay, going well? Okay. Okay. Now we are coming to the most important part, very close to my heart, and I am sure you will say the same. Course outcome. You can say, and I know, I before moving to NIPA, I worked to two large state universities in Uttar Pradesh. And like your university, one state university I worked, there were more than 1,000 affiliated colleges, and there were more than 400 B.Ed colleges, and I was dean faculty of education. So I know how affiliated education system works. So maybe you are not having authority or choice to write program outcomes. Maybe you are not having authority and choice to write course outcome, but you have a right to implement course outcome, review them and make amendment. So please pay attention to course outcome, because course outcome are in your hand. Do you think I am saying I am making a right statement? मैं आपसे ये कह रहा हूँ कोर्स स्टेटमेंट तो आपके ही हाथ में है. डू यू बिलीव माई स्टेटमेंट? यस और नो? दोज हु से यस थोड़ा वोट करते हैं. जस्ट रेज योर हैंड. कोर्स आउटकम्स आर इन योर हैंड. सम पीपल आर थिंकिंग यस करें या नहीं करें. सर कोई बात नहीं. ओके. सो कोर्स आउटकम. व्हाट आर कोर्स आउटकम? Single, okay. A specific measurable statement that define what students should know. Very, very important. Course outcome quality number one. What students should know, be able to do and value after completing the course. If you are focusing on these three aspects, then you are making a right noise about writing course outcome or completing them. What our students should be able to know and to do and value after completing the course. Course outcome represent not only knowledge, skills, values, attitude, behaviors, competencies, all these part of course outcome. Expected learning. How many of you teach course where you and your student know what they are going to achieve after end of the course and what they are supposed to demonstrate at the end of the program? Don't say that they have to write examination. Of course, in our system, they have to write examination. How many of you in the beginning of teaching a course sit and discuss these outcomes we have to achieve at the end? In a real sense. Not in a sense that you have to pass the examination, अच्छे number लाने हैं. You have to answer these questions. When you are thinking about this, discussing this, and from your class first you are telling this, believe me, your teaching strategies will be different and your student will approach the course in a different way. So, what is the formula to write? What are the key characteristics of course outcome? Very interesting characteristic of a course outcome. Point number 1, characteristic number 1. How you will say that my course outcome really is a good course outcome? Again, I will say, I will give you an assignment that you can work later. Pick 4 or 5 course outcome from program related to your discipline and analyze those based on this parameter. Key characteristic of course outcome. What? Number 1 is specific. Outcome clearly state that students should know and be able to do. Usually we say, bring coffee for me. Is it specific or not? Sir, is it specific? आप मेरे लिए कॉफी ले आओ. Is it specific or no? Yeah, at the end of this session, coffee will be served to me. One cup, 2 cup, black, white, brown, sugar, less sugar. जिंदगी में तो करते हैं, टीचिंग में अरे कॉफी तो है, मिल जाए तो ठीक है. समटाइम्स सर वी डोंट सर्व इवन. वो छोड़ो, कॉफी कैसी मिली वो तो करते नहीं. सो नंबर 1 क्वालिटी ऑफ कोर्स आउटकम इज स्पेसिफिक. बी मोर स्पेसिफिक, chances to attainment will be higher. Quality number 2, measurable. Coffee was good or bad? So what do you mean by good? What do you mean by bad? So when you are specifying this, if it is measurable, so second quality of any good course outcome is measurable. Third, suppose you are planning an outcome but that is not achievable. You are thinking, okay, this will be achieved in 1 semester and maybe this will need 3 semesters. You are thinking this will be achieved after 20 hours of teaching, maybe after 60 hours. So sir, it needs to be achievable. Also in our life, sometimes we go for those outcomes that are not achievable or demand so much. So achievable. Fourth is relevant. Relevance with reference to what? Relevance with reference to? Yes sir. किसने कहा ये program outcome? Sir, raise your hand. अरे सर ने कहा, कई लोग. So yes ma'am, right. Relevance with the program. If your course outcome is good but it is not relevant to the program, घर वाले भी उसी बच्चे को पसंद करते हैं जो घर वालों की बात, वरना ज्यादा टैलेंटेड होने पे भी कहते नहीं हमसे मतलब नहीं है इसका. So if your course outcome is like that, course outcome is good but this is not related to the program, sir, people will not take care of it. So fourth quality is relevance and fifth quality is, yes, time bound. Within a limited period, limited time, you know when our semester will start, when will our semester will end, how many days, these will be vacation, holidays, these many days I will teach, these many days our learners will learn. So time bound. So first letter देखो आप क्या बन रहा है. First letter of every word. How many of us think that we are smart? Raise your hand. अरे सर यही सर अभी मान लो अभी how many think that we are smart at this juncture? Just raise your hand. सर सभी स्मार्ट है, अपने को क्यों नहीं स्मार्ट कहते हैं ना, हम हैं स्मार्ट, हमें तो स्मार्ट बने बनाए स्मार्ट है. ओके, सो इफ वी आर स्मार्ट देन बी स्मार्ट पीपल आर सपोज टू, सर राइट, this cannot happen that you are smart but your course outcome are dash dash dash. No, if you are smart, make a place that now on we will always write smart course outcome. Because why? you already said that you are smart. तो जब हम smart हैं तो हमारे course outcome भी smart होने चाहिए. Okay, examples. Suppose there is a course, the name of that course is Assessment and Evaluation. This is a course I am teaching, you are teaching. So look an example. A student will demonstrate the ability to create and implement various assessment tools to evaluate student learning and facilitate feedback for improvement. So at the end, when you will start teaching, you will ask your student design 5-10 questions like this. We will see. Okay, so course outcome. Then last, is there any difference between course outcome and learning outcomes? What is the difference? Sir, बोलिए ना. Yes, you are saying something. Okay, input है, output है. मैम ने बढ़िया बात की. Yes, ma'am. How student? Okay, anyone else? Okay. Learning outcomes more in relation with student. Course outcome more for what purpose I am teaching and whether that teaching was that objective was fulfilled or not. Learning outcomes. So what a student will be able to do or demonstrate at the completion of a certain course, and then you are assessing that student and you are saying whether these learning outcomes are achieved or not. So we teachers are quite busy. So suppose we don't have time for these 7, I said 7 steps. So but focus on 2. Number 1, program outcomes, a combination of POs and PSOs, and course outcome, a combination of course outcome and learning outcomes. So keep things simple. Focus on these 2. The face of education and face of your change, the environment of your classroom will change, the quality of education will change, believe me. So किस पे focus करना है? Program outcome, that will also reflect PSOs, and course outcome also accommodate learning outcome. Is it okay? Should we move? हाँ sir, कुछ पूछिए. Attainment, yes. Learning outcome basically more in terms of attainment. There is no difference between course outcome and learning outcome, but learning course outcome, our intention, our wish. At the end, I am judging whether this wish was fulfilled or not. Learning outcome. So sometimes some people only write course outcome is okay, because course outcome of course includes learning outcome. So we have to focus on 2, program outcomes, maybe including PSOs, and course outcome including LO. Is it clear? Simple. No. This is important. This will also work to LOs and COs is work. This slide is important. Take what type of LOs, what type of COs. Types. It's very important. Whenever you are writing course outcome, learning outcome, please pay attention. These may be the possibilities. Possibility number 1. Maybe you are teaching a course. Number 1, that course is focusing on intellectual skills. Understanding, concepts, rules, procedures, formula, equation. This will be called as intellectual. Cognitive, yes. Second one, cognitive strategies. Thinking, organizing, learning, metacognition, cognition level. Number 1, intellectual. Second, cognitive ones. Third, verbal. Verbal may be also be able to clearly articulate learned knowledge, because they are able to say, able to demonstrate, able to tell, able to communicate. Maybe verbal aspect. Fourth is very important. Nowadays we focus a lot on skills, motor skills, gaining physical abilities through practice, and very important, very close to my heart, attitude. पोथी पढ़ी पढ़ जगमुआ, पंडित भया न कोय, और ढाई आखर प्रेम के, पढ़े सो पंडित होए, मतलब ये दोहा है. So means maybe you are having so much content with you, but you are not using this content in a right way. You are not a good person. You are not evolving as a good human being. Then what is the purpose of this education? So attitudinal change. I know why this tree is important, but still I am not making any effort to plant a tree or save a tree. Then maybe I am getting a degree of environmental science, but this degree of no use. So attitude, values, beliefs, behavior. You can course outcomes also reflect this. After completion of this course, this will be the value shift in my student. You can plan this, and believe me, when you will study course outcome, our course outcomes are heavily tilted or loaded towards. किधर हमारे कोर्स आउटकम लोड होते हैं सर, किधर जाते शिफ्ट होते हैं? कंटेंट, कंटेंट एंड कंटेंट ओनली. We present, we Indian education system proudly presents content, content and content, nothing else. Okay. So, a well written learning outcomes focus how a learner can apply their new knowledge in real world situation rather than just memorizing facts. So, course outcome means you have to move beyond, you have to move from memorizing fact to action. So, examples. For example, one example, irrespective of any subject, any course you are teaching, critical thinking outcome. By the end of this module, by the end of this unit, by the end of this topic, learners will be able to evaluate different leadership style and justify their effectiveness in various organizational settings. Sir, you are teaching MBA. So, this is a course outcome. What type of leadership style and what type of style will work in which situation. So, you are giving clear focus and link it with your teaching. Then we will teach, this is my course outcome, then in my class I will teach what are the popular leadership style, which type of style work in which situation. I will also plan my assessment accordingly, outcome will be, so all things will be in sync. Is it okay? Graduate attribute I will not, I was supposed to discuss, but I will not discuss. I discussed two, program outcome and course outcome, and I will go further. I am skipping this. Quickly you can see number of graduate attribute, not only one. Critical thinking, communication, problem solving, collaboration, ethical reasoning. So you can say, if you are a pass out of Bangalore University, these qualities every Bangalore University pass out is having. So these are known as graduate attributes. You can pick and you can write, or maybe your university has already written, sir, your university has written graduate attributes. Vision, mission, program outcome, specific outcomes, learning outcome, वो तो सब लिखा होगा, I am sure. But I am not very sure, many universities hardly write. Many, majority of universities, we have to write. After completing any program from this prestigious university, these are the attributes we suppose from you to possess. And not only you are expecting them, you are also helping them to acquire. Suppose you are saying that any pass out of this university will be a good communicator, effective communicator. So then throughout the program you will help them to evolve as an effective communicator. Any graduate of this university will be a problem solver. Then throughout your university life, institutional life, you will help them to nurture as a problem solver. So, sir, if you are thinking and writing some graduate attribute and putting in at different places, this will motivate learners a lot. Okay, these are the qualities we are going to have after completing any program or course from this. I will skip this, lot of significance of, this is very important. This I am interested to share with you. How many of you were part of writing course outcomes or learning outcomes? I will treat both as one. आप में से किसी ने कभी कोई कोर्स आउटकम या लर्निंग आउटकम लिखे हैं? Anyone ever written some course outcomes are learning outcomes. Of course, some colleagues were part of teams writing program outcomes. Okay. So, whenever we are writing course outcomes, learning outcomes, there is a simple guide. We call it ABCD guide. What is this ABCD guide? Very simple. Number 1, A for audience, B for behavior, C for condition, and D for degree. Audience means what? Intended learners. What qualities your learner possess, from which background they are coming. So, when you are focusing on your learner and writing your course outcome accordingly, this is say you fulfill the first audience. But if we are not taking care of audience and simply writing any course outcome, program outcomes, then maybe we will falter. So, audience first. Second is behavior. What type of change? Outcomes means change. What your learner will be able to, whether your learner will be able to explain, analyze, create, this is behavior. Then third is condition. Under condition, how you will judge that behavior. Whether that learner will tell you verbally, by end of the semester, by demonstrating something. So what will be the condition and what will be the degree? Whether that learner will be supposed to do it individually or collectively. This is so A, B, C and D. If we focus on these 4, we write very good effective course outcome and learning outcome. You can ask, you can simply, a table is for you. I have taken these outcomes from an university website. For example, there is a course, cognitive psychology, and in cognitive psychology, one learning outcome is a student will be able to identify specific stages of language acquisition. How we acquire languages, what are the stages. So, clearly I have written will be able to identify specific stages of language acquisition. Suppose there is a course, Science, Technology, Engineering and Math STEM, and one outcome is, and the course is Independent Study in Chemistry. And one course outcome you can say, one learning outcome you can say, a student will be able to design a controlled experiment. A student will be able to collect and analyze research data. Sir, we do this, but we never write. When this will be your course outcome, then you will not ask a question, what is this? Then you simply, in your assessment, you will give a set of data and you will say, analyze it and interpret the findings. The moment you will do this, the learning of your learner will be different and your teaching methodology will be different. The reason is that we are not focusing this, then our learner are learning in a different way, we are teaching in a different way, और फिर दोनों मिलते हैं या नहीं मिलते हमें पता नहीं चलता. So, now coming to the end, there is one question I hope will be in your mind. What will be the basis to write course outcomes and learning outcomes? I will give you 2 taxonomies that will help you in writing course outcomes and learning outcomes. One taxonomy from our ancient Indian system and one is popular Western taxonomy. So, I will start with our ancient Indian system. We call it Panchakosh Siddhant, Panchakosh philosophy. And this Panchakosh philosophy talk about 5 courses, stages. Number 1, Annamay. Second, Pranamay. Third, Manomay. Fourth, Vigyanmay. And last is, our ancient Indian system says, the ultimate stage is Anandamay. So, you will think at what level I would like to bring my student, किधर स्टेज पे ले जाता हूं, उसे आनंद की तरफ ले जाना है. So what do you mean by अन्नमय? अन्नमय education only helpful in living, getting some job, living. This is very simple. Annamay. Annamay in a literal sense, it's only our day-to-day fulfillment. Pranamay, I am taking care of my body physical. Manomay, I am physically fit, I am mentally fit, mental, social, emotional being. Vigyanmay, intellect. And the last is, maybe I am having these four, but still I am not happy, if I am not feeling. So, Anandmay, the ultimate stage, the highest stage. So, this can be a basis to write course outcome. हो सकता है या नहीं आप बताओ? Yes or no? We never think, but we can. We have to adopt this. What is our, maybe not necessarily in every lecture, in every course you are bringing them to. अभी प्राण नहीं होगा तो आनंद कहां से होगा? तो प्राण भी जरूरी है सर, आनंद भी जरूरी, लेकिन प्राण होते हुए भी आनंद नहीं हुआ. अरे अभी तो 60 साल के हो गए, आनंद से तो मुलाकात नहीं हुई. अगर नहीं हुई मैम तो जल्दी करनी पड़ेगी, ज्यादा टाइम अपने पास 20-30 वालों के पास तो है, 60 वालों के पास ज्यादा टाइम नहीं, आनंद से मिलना ही पड़ेगा. सो अन्नमय कोश, प्राणमय कोश, मनोमय कोश, विज्ञानमय कोश एंड आनंदमय कोश. Friends, whenever you are writing program outcomes, course outcome, learning outcome, do you think this taxonomy will help or not? It will certainly help, and it will certainly shape the programs and courses in any institution. So this is from our side. Then the most popular taxonomy, maybe you are familiar with, maybe you are not, no issue. This taxonomy is Bloom's taxonomy. It's a popular taxonomy. Earlier, when initially this taxonomy came, it was called as taxonomy of educational objectives, and a revision came, and now it is called as a taxonomy for teaching, learning and assessment. Is available on the internet. A picture of this taxonomy I am bringing before you. 6 in Panchakosh 5, in this 6. Remember, stage 1, understand, stage 2, apply, 3, analyze, evaluate and create. Through your course, through your program, through your learning, at which level you would like to bring your learner to. हम अपने learner को कहाँ तक लाते हैं? Usually in our institution, where our learner is in this Bloom's taxonomy, where our learner roams around in this taxonomy. First and second, okay. First and, anyone else? हमारे कैंपस में स्टूडेंट किधर ज्यादा घूमते, किस जोन में? From which zone? Out of 6 zones. Third one, okay. Okay. So this is not that the zone 1 and 2 are bad, but if every time out of 2 years in this campus, if a student is moving around only 2 zones, sir, then we have to think. कभी कभी तो उसे और जोन में भी जाना चाहिए. एंड दुनिया उन्होंने बदली जो किस पे गए? Creators change the world, and that's why I say the highest is creator. Create is the ultimate stage. So if create is your goal, then you will plan your course, your content, your teaching strategy, your assessment accordingly. But if your understand and remember is your goal, when understand and remember is our purpose or focus, sir, teaching is easy, learning is also easy, assessment is also easy. But if creation is our purpose, teaching is difficult, learning is more difficult, assessment is more difficult. तो हम जिंदगी में कठिन काम करने के लिए बने या सरल करने के लिए? हम तो बने ही सरल काम करने के लिए. So we will do easy work. Understand? You understand, I understand, it's okay. Do not create. So remember, understand, apply. So as teachers, as faculty members, sir, our responsibility is to help learners. We are not creating. Our learners will create. Our learners, sir was saying, the Cambridge University giving so much in GDP. If we have to contribute so much in GDP, understand, remember से sir GDP में ज़्यादा creation नहीं होता. So understand and the value of one company is equal to our whole economy. NVIDIA, उसकी economy, उसका value है, because so NVIDIA is NVIDIA due to understand and remember. Apple is one of the most valued company, due to which Steve Jobs was able to create a phone that everybody aspires to. Creation. Understand, remember is okay, sir. It's not bad. Understand, remember, but if throughout our life understand and remember, then so creation is also. So through our programs, through our courses, we have to aim for creation, and I don't see any conflict between Indian and Western, because our ultimate stage is Anand. And when we create something, we feel blessed, we feel happy. I have written a book and now I feel happy. So writing this book is a kind of creation, giving me Anand. So I don't see, sir, any conflict between these two. So 2-3 minutes more, then half an hour we will touch another topic. So a simple exercise I am giving. I am not saying that you are going to do it now, because we don't have time. So simple, one exercise, do it later. Take a topic from the course you choose. Any topic from any course you are teaching. Using the ABCD method, write 3 student learning outcome. Please also keep Bloom's taxonomy or Indian Panchkosh's mind. If everything is understand and remember, this will not be a good. So put condition, audience, behavior and measurement. It's okay. So you will write. I will also show an exercise if you are interested to. But the message I am interested to pass on is, friends, it's okay. If our program outcomes, learning outcomes, course outcomes, they are not in sync, okay. But as faculty members, this is our responsibility, sir, first to review those and see whether these are in line, whether these are written in a right way, whether our content is according to the outcomes, whether our teaching strategies do an analysis. And in case you are not able to make a change, at least give this analysis to Honorable Vice Chancellor, your principal. Sir, this needs to be revised in this way. If you are doing this, then you are also a creator. You are not simply saying, अरे कुछ बदलता नहीं है, आप कुछ नहीं करोगे तो चीजें बदलेंगी कैसे. So this was the purpose. Usually it is a lot many activities. Every slide and demands an activity. But due to time constraint, I discuss only very important aspect. Lot of literature is available on outcome-based education, how to do it. But one message that I would like to give is, outcome-based education is not a mechanical activity. And sometime I see, when I hear about outcome-based education, I see that in our system we also made outcome-based education as a mechanical activity. We simply write, we map, just to show that we are doing this, rather than what is the real intent behind. If this is the purpose of doing outcome-based education, then better not to do it. If your purpose is to bring some real change, then do it. So 2-3 minutes, any question or comment related to this, then I will shift to another topic for 30-40 minutes. How? Oh, sir, you can go. But My take is that we can also, when we are writing course outcome program, this can be also a reference point, sir. How my course can lead to this. This is not only that we are reading this somewhere else, and this is not no implication in education. Okay. So what do you think? Now you will revisit program outcome, course outcomes related to you? Raise your hands. How many of you are planning to do it? And what after that? Last lesson. In case you are not able to do anything, if you are entering in your class, your outcome is clear, learners know that outcome, and if you are teaching accordingly, and at the end you are judging your student, assessing your student based on this, then you are doing your job. No need to worry. But if you are not focusing on this and you are saying this need to be done, that need to be done, then we have to worry. But I am sure everybody is capable to do this. It's okay? So friends, we are moving to, we were discussing outcome-based education, and we are moving to something else. But this is not that we were discussing something else and we were going in a different direction. What we were discussing, the next session will also in tune with that. So let's see a class. There is a class. And what is happening in this class I am presenting before you. Read it. If you can read it, otherwise I will read it for you. Can you read it from the last? No. Okay. So I will read it for you. There is a professor, renowned professor, a senior faculty member in the Department of Civil Engineering, had been teaching a course named Structural Analysis for over 15 years. She mainly emphasized delivering content through lectures and PowerPoint presentation. Her lectures are thorough and cover the syllabus well, but she notices that, what she notices? Students often feel disengaged and tend to zone out during सेशन, दूसरी दुनिया में चले जाते हैं स्टूडेंट. सेकेंड, फ्यूअर स्टूडेंट, आपके लिए नहीं कह रहा ये, फ्यूअर स्टूडेंट आस्क क्वेश्चंस इन क्लास. थर्ड, अटेंडेंस टेंड टू ड्रॉप टुवर्ड द मिडिल ऑफ द सेमेस्टर. फोर्थ, स्टूडेंट स्ट्रगल टू अप्लाई कंसेप्ट इन प्रैक्टिकल प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग टास्क. Fourth, last, many students rely on rote memorization rather than developing a deep understanding. So, scenario is Professor Rita, very seasoned faculty, teaching a course, having good command over the content, syllabus, 15 साल से पढ़ा रही है, but she notices this is happening to their. So, one question for your reflection. Take 1 or 2 minutes. Please share your own classroom experiences and compare them to Professor Rita's situation. You can say, अरे मेरा और प्रोफेसर रीता का तो मुकाबला ही नहीं है, मेरे क्लास में ये सब मैं पूरा नहीं कर रहा. So I am not completing this. I am not completing this. Just 1 or 2. Any sharing. Then next question will follow. Sir is quite intelligent. Sir कह रहे ये तो समस्या जमाने की है, मेरे क्लास की नहीं. Problem. Okay, okay, okay. So, anybody else would like to share anything? Yes, sir, sharing. These sessions are for sharing, not for lecturing. Okay. And take a, okay. Okay. So what I will suggest, take 2-3 minutes and discuss the cooling sitting with you. Suppose situation is Professor Rita, no, there is wonderful faculty members in Bangalore University. She decides to visit Bangalore University and talk to you. And she is telling these are the problem I am facing in my class. So what will be your suggestion? Because we are very good in giving suggestions. So what suggestion you will give to Professor Rita? 1 or 2. I know you will give many suggestions. आप उन्हें छोड़ोगे नहीं शाम तक कि अभी तो मैडम सजेशन 2 रह गए, अभी मत जाओ आप. So 1 or 2 suggestions you will give to Professor Rita. Discuss with the colleague sitting with you around you. Take 1 or 2 minutes and then tell it to me. Now, sir, discuss. I said discuss first and then tell. मैडम यू आर वेरी सीरियस. सर है उनको डिस्कस कर सकते हो आप. Yes. A few groups. One suggestion your team, your group will give it to Professor Rita. Okay. Now it's okay. Now no more discussion. So I am eager to hear your suggestion to Professor Rita. Adopting different teaching methodologies. Okay. Activity based. Okay, sir. सर आने लाइटर नोट स्टूडेंट कहेगा मैडम क्या गलती हो गई, अभी आप ही दुखी करते थे. ओके. प्रैक्टिकल एग्जांपल्स. Activity based. Okay, okay. Some of the discussions. Okay. This may be the reason, sir. Ma'am. वो तो मैम डरने लगेंगे कि मैम आइडेंटिफाइड अस, व्हाट विल हैपन टू अस. कैटेगराइज द स्टूडेंट. ओके 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 सर. ओके ओके रिविजन्स. हाँ हाँ. Okay. Sir, 1 or 2 more and then we will. I know you are, that's why Professor Rita came here. Professor Rita doesn't visit NIPA. She came to Bangalore University. Okay. Okay, student profiling. I got it. Okay. Okay. Okay, wonderful. Sir, last, yes. Yes. Sir, learner will say, ma'am, it was sufficient, you were bringing PowerPoint presentation. Don't bring PowerPoint presentation generated by AI. Don't do that. Okay. So, sir, I will come. I got you. Thank you so much. Sir, the issue, the challenge before all of us is, I work in this area, this is my research, majority of our classrooms are teacher-centric classrooms, and if your classroom is teacher-centric classroom, you are not far away from Professor Rita. In a way, you are also Professor Rita. So, the solution is, ma'am, solution is converting our classroom or shifting from teacher-centric to learner-centric classrooms, or on another note I can say, moving from teacher-centric teaching to learner-centric teaching. This will be helpful to overcome most of the problem that Professor Rita is facing. I am not saying you are facing, Professor Rita is facing. So, are we eager to learn a bit more about how we can restructure our classroom to focus towards teacher-centric to? वो जितना हाथ उठेगा उतना ही बताऊंगा, नहीं आप हाथ उठाओगे तो नहीं बताऊंगा. कितने लोग कहते? Okay, good. What is in a way? Everybody is teaching, but we have to have learner-centric. Before coming to this, I will put a simple science formula. Work is equal to, what is the formula for work? Work in science, how we measure work? Work is equal to, हाँ बोलिए ना कुछ आपने, अरे साइंस के कोई तो होंगे यहाँ पर, इट्स वेरी जनरल साइंस भी स्टडी, फोर्स मल्टीप्लाइड बाय, हाँ, and ma'am, if displacement is 0, एक घंटे खड़ा हूं, वर्क हुआ या नहीं? सर 1 hour pushing this ball, my energy. Social science perspective, you can, but from science, work will be treated when this is a displacement. If displacement is 0, work is 0. Bring this formula into teaching and learning. I have given 1 hour wonderful lecture without a glass of water, but at the end my student learnt 0. And by the way, what is learning? What is learning? No, don't go to what is, because then we will realize what is learning. What is the definition of learning? Yes, a very basic, relatively permanent change in the behavior of learner through experience or instruction. So you given an instruction, but at the end there is no change in the behavior, and change in behavior not only knowledge, values, skill, attitude, everything. So if there is no change in the behavior, means no learning has taken place. Sir, 1 घंटे lecture लिया, 1 hour wonderful lecture sir has taken, ma'am has taken, but at the end learning is 0. Whether my teaching is really teaching? Sir, answer this very carefully. You will be the beneficiary of this. मैं तो चला जाऊंगा. So, if learning is not happening, then my teaching is hardly having any value. So the success of teaching always depends on learning. If my teaching is helping learners to learn, only then I can say I am really teaching. So that's why let's go to the learner-centric. What do you mean by learner-centric teaching? Teacher-centered teaching, first we have to understand what do you mean by teacher-centered teaching? Very popular. Teacher lecturing, student watching, listening, working individually, and sometimes assignments and activities with hardly any opportunity to cooperation. जैसे ही पड़ोस वाले से बात करता है, मैडम खड़ा कर देती, you were talking to them, how dare you, you have to listen to me. This is teacher centered teaching. Learner centric teaching, the focus shifts from what the teacher teaches to what the learner learns. Not necessarily learning from my lecture, but learning is important. And in learner centric teaching, what happens in the classroom? In teacher centric teaching, pin drop silence, no discussions, no question answers, only शिक्षक कहता है सिर्फ मैं आपको एक ही सजा दे रहा हूं, आपको 1 घंटे मेरी मधुर वाणी सुननी है. So, and in teacher centric, learner centric teaching, solve problem, answer question, formulate questions, discuss, explain, debate, brainstorm. Sir, when learner will be engaged in this, problems will be. We think in a other way. We think when learner will do this, problems will arise. I counter. When learner will do, problems will not arise. Sir, learner will be busy, learner will be happy, I will be happy too. When you are converting your classroom as such a place, you are saying, look, now in my classroom, learner-centric teaching, learner-centric learning is taking place. The basic argument is very, very basic. In teacher-centric teaching, how do I cover the syllabus? In learner-centric teaching, how will a student meaningfully achieve the learning outcome? Sir, which is good? Which is good for learners? Which is good for our institution? Which is good for our society? Which is good for our country? Which is good for the whole globe? Syllabus को cover करते रहे या ये करे. So when we are moving towards second, this is learner-centric teaching. So this is the main difference. In teacher-centric teaching, who talks? Teacher talks non-stop. No signal. सिग्नल होता भी तो तोड़ देते. मैडम देख ही नहीं रही, सिग्नल है चले जा रहे. Teacher talks and talks and talks. In learner-centric teaching, student engage actively. In teacher-centric teaching, focus is syllabus covered or not, completed or not, unit completed or not. We start usually I see teachers, they start their first day. हाँ भाई कितना syllabus cover हो गया. So how much syllabus covered? But here, whether any competency developed, learning, teacher-centric teaching, one size fits all. This golden lecture is for all. This wonderful lecture is for all. But here, every learner is given a different treatment. And here our focus is summative. At the end, I will assess whether you learnt anything or not. And learner-centric teaching every day, every learning. And एक हम ये काम करें कि पूरे घर में 1 महीने में हमको कैसा खाना मिला, उसकी मैडम 1 दिन एनालिसिस करें. इस महीने जो फूड क्वालिटी थी हमारे घर में, that was 5 out of 10. And another way is every day we are eating and enjoying कि आज तो चाय अच्छी थी, आज सांभर अच्छा था, आज इडली अच्छी थी. यही तो खिलाने वाले हो ना सर अभी लंच में. आज or this. So every day we are learning and every day we are assessing. This is the focus. A role of teacher, very important for all of us. What is our role? We will move, we will discuss some technique, don't worry. In teacher-centric teaching, our role is, we also act like a transmitter. We see the many transmitters. We also act like a tower, like mobile tower. We also act like a tower. We transmit knowledge and learners capture that knowledge. और सर जिसके पास अच्छा फोन होगा अच्छा कैप्चर करेगा. So knowledge transmitter. But in this learner centric teaching, our role is learning facilitator. Teacher centric teaching, who is the main component? Lecture dominant. In learner centric teaching, activity and discussion. In teacher centric teaching, only I will speak. One-way communication. In teacher centric, in learner centric, two-way dialogue. You will speak, I will speak. You will question, I will question. You will answer, I will answer. Teacher centric teaching priority is on content coverage. Syllabus complete karna hai. In learner centric teaching, whether learning outcome has been achieved or not. And in teacher centric teaching, our focus is how my learner is doing at the end of semester examination, or at the end of any program or course. Here, assessment is continuous and authentic. Authentic means representing the skills, value, attitude and behavior gained. So, this is. So, how many of you think that you are in the zone of teachers, learner-centric teaching? You promote learner-centric teaching. You practice learner-centric teaching in your classrooms. Okay. In case you think I am still more in zone of teacher-centric teaching, so then we can slowly shift. इसमें कोई issue नहीं है. Otherwise, फिर क्या होगा? If you are still focusing on, we will keep focusing on teacher-centric teaching, so you will also face similar problem Professor Rita was facing. Okay. So, benefits and challenges, I have written, but I will not explain. You have to tell what are the benefits of learner-centric teaching. 3-4 benefits do you see, perceive? Learner-centric teaching. Okay, analytical skills will be developed. 1, active participation, right. Course outcome will be achieved, right. Bas, only 3 benefit. Satisfaction of आपका, your satisfaction and satisfaction of स्टूडेंट मैडम को कहीं भी मिलेंगी ढूंढ के ले आएंगे कि वही वाली मैडम चाहिए इस सेमेस्टर में, उन्हीं को पढ़ाना चाहिए. Remembering will be less, understanding, you will reach to the Bloom's higher level, taxonomy, explain, analyze, synthesize, exploring many things. Anyone else? Okay, good. Innovation by perfectly. Benefits? Okay. So, sometime I say on a lighter note, our classrooms are very fit place. किसी को नींद नहीं आती हो, उसे स्लीपिंग पिल्स लेनी होती हो, सर हम लोगों के लेक्चर में आ जाए. No need for any sleeping pill. That is more than a low. Okay. So, increases engagement, improves deep learning, meaningful learning, real learning. Sir, believe me, and this why I am saying based on research, sir. This is not that this I am saying. All that I am saying, lot of research is. So much emphasis in the morning session. There were 21st century skills, collaboration, communication, creating thinking, critical analysis, everything, problem solving. These skills cannot be generated in teacher-centric teaching. And believe me, we all are worried. AI is coming, we don't know how our future will shape. But believe me, one thing I can say, and I've written in my book also, that those learners will be future-ready learners who will having these skills. And all those skills that will be required to be future-proof, future-ready, sir, cannot be practiced in teacher-centric teaching. That I can say with certainty, and I can argue at any forum. So, if we have to promote all those skills that our student will need in this uncertain world, all those skills can be learned and practiced only if your classrooms are learner-centric classroom. Please keep this in mind. If you need learners ready to face the challenge, any challenge, please think about your classroom. This is my humble request to all of you. Lifelong learning skills, of course. Outcome-based education you cannot practice in teacher-centric teaching. For outcome-based education, learner-centric teaching is a must component. That's why after outcome-based education, I always talk about this. There are challenges. I am not saying that this is, and there are several serious challenges, and sometimes this is the reason we say we will not be able to do this, but sir, we have to overcome. But let me share 3 important challenges. Number 1, you can say everybody knows about this, then why we are not practicing it? The reason is it needs thorough planning. आज कौन सी स्टोरी सुनानी है, आज कौन सी एक्सरसाइज देनी है, which video I am going to say, which question I am going to ask, which group discussion I will propose. Means you have to plan thoroughly. And teachers are saying, we have so much work, we don't have any time for this. Then I ask, what is your main work? If you don't have time for your main work, then what are you doing? So requires extensive planning, but this is a challenge number 1. Challenge number 2 can be difficult to manage. I am teaching a class of 80 students. How I will practice this? But sir, if you are skilled, believe me, it can be practiced in large classes. We can do it. And suppose in case you are facing this situation, write me an email. I will tell you how to do it. Okay. But this is a challenge. And because our students are so used to that they are very happy when you are lecturing, then they don't have to do anything. Their life is quite easy. The moment you will make a change, their life will be difficult too. So sometimes we are not ready to make a change, but sometimes our students are also not ready to learn in different ways. So preparing them for that is okay. There are several learner-centric teaching strategies, but quickly I would like to share 5-6 with you, very simple strategies. But believe me, wonderful techniques, strategies, and you can, without any cost, any resource, any preparation, without a minimal preparation, you can implement this. So let me share few strategies with you. Number 1, very popular, very powerful, but still we do not use it. The name of that strategy is think, pair, share. How many of you use this strategy in your classrooms? Okay, any idea what is this? Think, pair, share. Yes, you are asking a question, you are putting a situation, you are putting a case, you are showing a video, and what are you asking? Think about this, discuss with the colleague, with the student sitting with you, and then answer. This strategy is think, pair, very simple. Believe me, use this. And you can, after that, observe the faces, observe the enthusiasm of your learner, your classroom will be a changed one. Believe me this. Very simple. What is the input from your side? A few questions, situation, any case, and rather than one-to-one question answer, do this. This is, okay. So, how it works? You have to pose a question, a student think 1 or 2 minutes, pair with a neighbor to discuss, and share inside with the class. हो सकती है नहीं हो सकती? Can we do it or not? हो सकती है? Do you think it will change the classroom? It will. I have given some example. For example, in a history class, student predict the cause of a conflict. So, in your any subject we can do. So, first strategy is think, pair, share. Okay. You learned this? How many of you are looking forward to use this in your classrooms? Okay, बढ़िया, चलते हैं. Second, very popular. Again, a very simple, very popular strategy. The name of this strategy is jigsaw. Any idea what this strategy is? Puzzle, sir. Puzzle दे दे student को वो? No. Connecting? No, sir, not. This is not. Connecting words, no. So, I will tell how jigsaw works. Class divided into expert groups. So, suppose you posed a problem. You shown a video or any topic. Impact of AI in education sector. So, you are saying there are 3 groups. Every group will consist 5 learners. And in every group there will be 1 group expert. So, and I will give 10 minutes to every group to discuss. And then 3 aspects you have to discuss. So, suppose 1 group completes, then expert of 1 group moves to expert of second group, and expert of second group moves to expert of group of first group. Then expert of group 3 moves to, so then experts are moving jigsaw. So, experts are moving, telling what was discussed in my group, and then they are learning what was discussed in other group, and then at the end they are coming to their group. So, kind of communication, analysis, synthesis. Bloom का देखो ना, Bloom के level. What is analysis? What is synthesis? What was discussed? How it was synthesized? How you are portraying this? Very interesting activity. Learners enjoy a lot, and not only enjoy, ma'am, learner learns a lot. This technique is, what is the name of this technique? Can we practice it in our classroom? Do we need permission from HOD, Dean, college principal, Vice Chancellor? There is a notification, from now on every faculty member will practice jigsaw in classroom. Sir, we do not need any permission. Then third is, very interesting, I like it very much. Any idea what this is? Minute papers. Any idea? Any idea? This term is very familiar to all of us. No, ma'am, this is not. Sir, this is very near and dear to us. Whenever any meeting is happening, मैंने इसीलिए कहा सर हम तो करते ही यही रहते, दिन भर मीटिंग करते फिर मिनट्स बनाते. So minute paper क्या है? What is very interesting technique, sir? Very interesting technique. How it works? At the end of a class. So suppose your class is a golden rule I am telling to you. Suppose your class is of 1 hour. Make it a habit to lecture only 45 hours. Spare 15 minutes for other activities. Don't do this. We teachers are in. हम कहते 1 घंटे का हम 1 भी सेकंड छोड़ेंगे नहीं सर 15 मिनट छोड़ दीजिए लर्नर के लिए. That will help learners to breathe and to learn. So at the end of, suppose at the end, so my lecture, I am completing my lecture, and then you have to write an answer. You can pose what was the most important thing you learned today? I often do this in my class. I stop, sometimes they write, sometimes I verbally ask them. But you can simply say, what one lesson you learned today? Sir, this will help learners to reflect, to recall. This is like a cookery show. Cookery show, when expert is telling this much, we are not paying any attention. He is saying, let's see how this dish was prepared. Then we are taking a pen and pencil and noting down. And then, okay, this is, same is recalling. So student will recall, oh, this was the most important lesson sir was telling. This was the most important lesson, madam. So what was the most important thing you learned today? What questions remain unanswered? You can tweak these questions. But sir, this will give a time for learner to reflect, revisit, and then learner will also think how this is going to help in my outcome. So this strategy is, sir, you are having any question? सर जिन्होंने भी दुनिया बदलने की कोशिश की, शुरू में पत्थर ही पड़े सर उनको, किसी के लिए ताली कभी बजी नहीं. तो सर डोंट वरी अबाउट दिस बिकॉज दे वर नॉट एबल टू. सर so I can give you can again give it a try for a short time, but little change. Rather than directly starting this, you have to discuss this. This is the purpose. That's why I am performing this activity. This is not related to any marks, grades, anything. You have to take them into confidence and then slowly start it. And if someone is not writing, don't say anything. If someone is writing, take them. So slowly, sir, any change comes, but slowly. But we have to create a proper background for it. If immediately you will say, things will. That's why I said, and this is a challenge. And I can say, but in the later run, they will be happy, and then they will say, he was a unique teacher, he was using this. So you can give it a try with little more preparation, that I can say. Okay. Future ready skill means what? Collaboration, critical thinking, communication, problem solving, digital literacy. Sir, these are skills future ready. Means if we are able to do this, if we have developed these skills, I will survive in any type of scenario. But if I am mainly dependent on content, then maybe future will not be so bright for me. So this is an assumption. Okay. So 3 skills, sir.
So to get rid of this particular problems and later remove the solution technique, get white sheets, write whatever you have understood from a particular chapter.
This will be also. Sir, the ultimate purpose is not the activity. Purpose is to engage learner, to help them reflect, to help them understand, to acquire. And we also learn how, whether they are learning or not. So this is the purpose. If any activity is helping in this way, this is okay. So one more, very important, very useful. And even in some universities, they use this for assessment also. Concept mapping. Do you practice this? Do you promote this? Any idea? Concept mapping? Concept mapping. So suppose you are teaching a topic and then this is a subtopic, this is an area, this is a definition, this was the scientist. So you are linking this. And nowadays there are many e-concept mapping map. You can make wonderful concept maps, and you can even put audio, video, text article electronically. You can. Many teachers use this. They do not bring this PowerPoint presentation. They simply bring one page of concept map and they teach whole course through this one page, because every concept map, everywhere some video is attached, some research article is attached, some research report is attached, some question, some quiz. Click that aspect, this will work. So concept mapping is very useful, and sometime in assessment, rather than I am saying submit an assignment, you can also say submit a concept map. So students feel very happy. Student visually organize a relationship among concept through notes and links. So sir, write it down. Lot of literature is available on concept map, and now there are e-concept maps are also available. Easily, quickly, you and your student can generate very powerful technique, concept mapping. Yes. Sir, in your class you can do anything. In your class, he doesn't allow. Okay. Sir, on a lighter note, next time when Professor K. Srinivas is coming, send his to his class. Okay. Peer instruction. Fifth, very popular, very powerful. We learn a lot from our peer. अपने साथी से हम बहुत सीखते हैं. So rather than every time you teaching, you telling, sometime you can invite, if your principal allows, sometime you can invite. I'm so surprised our future of our higher education in our country. So peer instruction means colleagues are saying, suppose in an institution a colleague is giving a lecture, other colleagues are, this is also peer instruction. So peer instruction, rather than a teacher telling all the time, demonstrating everything, you can invite some learner to demonstrate their knowledge, skill, values. This is also a proven technique where a student is carrying or a student also answering, voting. So peer instruction can be a technique. Very popular technique. Maybe Professor K. Srinivas will discuss this in detail, I don't know. How many of you practicing flipped classroom in your classes? Anyway, what is flipped classroom? What is a flipped classroom? Very popular, very, very popular strategy. No sir, this is not flipped classroom. Any idea what is flipped classroom? No sir. Very simple technique. What is flipped classroom? Sir, very simple. Flipped classroom is usually our traditional classroom. We spend most of our time passing on information, sharing information, then we don't have any time for discussion, question, answer. Flipped classroom says, share information before coming to the classroom. In the class, sir, listen. techniques we can use. I have given lot of thoughts, observation, research, and written from a different perspective rather than all those perspectives covered in books available on technology and learning. So these 3 books, and at the end, this is my email for your future reference and record. आप जब इस वर्कशॉप के बाद गए तो क्या हुआ, आपके प्रिंसिपल कैसे रहे, उन्होंने आपके साथ क्या व्यवहार किया. यू कैन राइट एनी सच स्टोरीज ऑन ए लाइटर नोट. फ्रेंड्स, one thing is for sure, whether it is outcome based education or learner centric teaching, the best classroom is, I will say one sentence and then I will stop. If मैं ऐसा कहता हूं कि अगर मेरा लर्नर धीमे धीमे कदम से मेरे क्लासरूम में आ रहा है और दौड़ के मेरे क्लासरूम से जा रहा है, तो मुझे रिफ्लेक्ट करना है. आई हैव टू मेक माई क्लासरूम सच ए प्लेस वेयर लर्नर आर रनिंग टू इंटर इन माई क्लासरूम and they are not ready to leave my classroom. This is the ultimate success, and if this is happening, our future, our education system is doing, future is secure, education system is doing well. लेकिन अगर लर्नर मेरे क्लास से मेरे निकलने से पहले ही दौड़ जा रहा है, then we have to think. Thank you so much for your attention.
The function of education is not just memorization.